Hey guys, Ebomi here. For some of you, this is going to be a moment that you didn't think was ever going to come. And for some of you that maybe haven't followed my channel all that closely, or you're a new subscriber, won't be as quite of a shock, but I guess there's no way around it, so we'll just get right into it. So I'll just take a moment and think about that. A lot of you guys that know me know I am not a Glock fan. I really don't feel like listening to you Glock lovers out there, because I don't care if you take offense to this or not. I've found that Glock owners are some of the most narrow-minded people I've ever dealt with when it comes to firearms. My good friend AB Superman puts out a video called, Why I Hate Glocks and the amount of thumbs down, and that was a funny video. I didn't go over and thumbs down his Why I Hate 1911s and I Trust My Life to them. So, just goes to show. But, having said all that, but here's what happened. I'm at the gun shop and I'm looking, and the owner comes over and he says, "Eric, I can really sweeten it up. I can make it really worth your while." Like, okay. So they did, and I guess I just had to have it, I guess. A Hi-Point 380. Now there's an upgrade to a Glock. This thing is sweet. Magazine disconnect. Can never have enough of those. I can't even tell you what the trigger pull is, because my scale goes to 8 pounds and this goes right off it. Okay, fine. For all the idiots that already hit the dislike button and moved on. The G27. The G27 is the 40 cal compact Gen 3, and yes, it's loaded because I've been carrying it. So, just to show that I am not narrow-minded, I want to give this pistol a fair shot, no pun intended. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put the G27 Glock on a side-by-side comparison with my preferred daily carry, the Walther PPS 40 cal. And I intend on showing that I am capable of giving it a fair comparison, and I am going to tell you what I like and what I don't like about both of them. So right off the bat, one thing that I found initially that I really don't care for much on the Glocks is their takedown And I can honestly see now why so many people put extended takedowns on them. Empty. Pull the trigger, get it back just a little bit, and off it goes. These takedowns are actually very, very flush. And it takes a little to get used to. And I don't mean to be overly judgmental because it's a Glock. I'm just being honest. You want my opinion? This is my channel. If not, I don't care. Out of here. Initial thoughts. For me, with the flush mag, this by the way, the mag holds 9 rounds, so it would be a 9+1, so you'd have 10 rounds on you, which beats the PPS. This is a double stack, which does make it wider. So if you're looking for something as small as possible in the carry format, the Walther definitely has it over the Glock. I personally don't like the fact that everything is just like, oh, there's nothing there. But you have this one with the extended floor plate. Does not give you any more capacity. Same magazine, different floor plate, still 9+1. But this definitely, for me, as far as holding it goes, made it a lot better. So that's a plus to that. Next, trigger pull. Get the little safety on here, evidently. £6. It's pretty consistent with what I've always gotten out of this. Let's see here. $7.25. That's more like it. 5.5. And I'll trust that. I'll openly admit I like the trigger. I like the trigger much better on the Glock than I do on the Walther. And hands down, the reset on the Glock beats the crap out of the Walther. So frame, as far as the slide locks go, I can also see why people put an extended one on there. It's fully functional. It is very tight in there. The Walther sticks out just a little bit more. Not a big deal as far as I'm concerned. The sights, I like the sights on both of them. The Glock beats it once again because this particular one does have night sights on it. And ergonomics. This gun is, like I showed, even with my extra stuff on here, this one is still narrower than the Glock, but we're also talking about the payoff being more ammo. With this magazine, this is a 6+1, and with this magazine this is a 7+1. So no matter what, you're at 9+1 over here. So you definitely have more ammo, and I like that. As far as the ergonomics go, one of the initial things I never really cared for on the Glocks is it always had a tendency to feel like it was like that. You had to have more wrist brake to shoot it accurately. Just having messed around with it and not having shot it yet, that's something you're going to get used to, and just the fact that you're shooting it. So ergonomics are something that I could through memory learn to deal with. Magazine release, once again, I can see why some people like to put an extended one on there, being that it's a double stack. And I don't think I have small hands, but getting around it is just a little bit to get used to. But I will openly admit I'm not a huge fan. And this you have this lever that you have to pull down, and I find that I actually use my middle finger on the lever to push it down, which to me sort of bothers me, because you are now getting your fingers very close to being in there on the trigger, even though it does have the safety. But it's just one of those personal preference things. I do prefer the traditional mag release over this like European style. So once again, the nod would be going to the Glock. So I guess right there, if you are keeping score on a side-by-side, other than maybe just the way that they feel in my hand anyway, I like that this is just a little bit narrower. And this one, I would prefer to always have it with the pinky extension. It just feels like it would be more comfortable. So let's get them out, put some ammo through them, and see where my thoughts stay. Okay, first up, Glock 27 40 cal Winchester white box. As I expected, you know, without that extra bit to get a hold of, it does feel upward snappy. Try the one with the finger extension on it. Now, the Walther PPS 40. One extra round, the finger extension. Okay, back from the range. the G27 and the PPS 40. Like I said, I've been carrying this. Have a Phobos holster for it, but there's like no way to control the retention, and I think I could do a chin-up off this thing. Don't like that at all. So I've actually been using a Remora holster, which I love the Remora holsters. They work very well. Probably end up getting a Nate Squared Tactical, because those are the best concealment holsters I've used. But so to give my honest thoughts on it, shooting it, pretty much most of the stuff that I said before, I'll stay to. I like the base plate on the mag with the thumb extension, and that really became obvious while shooting it. I have 3 mags, and 2 of them are without. And when you're shooting without, once again, you're got nothing going there. And I found that after you're on to like your third shot, the gun literally starts just popping right up and out of your hands, and I could see that would be a huge issue if, say, it was raining, or you just got done cleaning the gun, it's all covered in oil. But for me, it really changed with the floor plate. Reliability, I think I put about 80 rounds, maybe a little bit more through it. Not a hiccup. As far as the ergonomics go, I shot very well with it. I shot pretty much identical to the Walther, and I've got a lot more already through this. So, you know, right out of the box was shooting okay. Like I said, I found that I've got to you know, break my wrist more than I would normally. But you know, if this is, say, your carry gun, you know, this is the gun you're going to want to put the most rounds through. You're going to want to be the most familiar with it. You're gonna get used to stuff like that. So, is it a pretty gun? No, I think they're butt ugly, but they do what they're supposed to do. It went bang every single time I pulled the trigger. I shot extremely well with it. I honestly think I still shot better with the magazine with the pinky extension on it. Like I said before I went out shooting, this one is always going to allow you to have more ammo on you. 9-round magazine, and you can still, a friend of mine that was with has the full size of this. Same mag still works in it, even though it's, you know, it's sticking out the end more. But still, if you need to, if you have the full size and the compact, you can use the same magazines. So overall, I can see the things that I would probably change are what you see a lot of people change. I think I would do the extended tabs on the takedown. I think I'd probably do an enhanced slide release. Not as necessary. I guess you can still work around all that. It's not like you're going around all the time going, ooh, I gotta disassemble my gun. I should probably have some extensions on there. All things maybe to make it unique. But overall, the G27, an option for you in for a carry gun. Like I said, still the one issue is it's definitely a much wider gun than this. As far as carry goes, like I said, right now, pretty much my only option that I want to go with, because I did not like the level of retention it had in this. is carrying it in the Remora. Remoras are awesome holsters. So there you go. That's my look at comparing and getting my hands on a Glock and shooting it. Shot well. 80 rounds. I mean, is that enough to say that this one is super reliable? I'd carry it. I am carrying it. So there you go, guys. E-booming with a Glock in the house. Oh, you guys, hope you had a sense of humor with the high point. Now there, if you want to make a comparison, all of a sudden the G27 becomes tiny, and it's packing the 40 cal instead of the 380. So there you go. I don't know if that's going to help anyone or not. Just a little look at the possible differences, similarities, what I like and what I didn't like about these two guns. I'll give credit where credit is due. This one feels much better in my hands, and this one has much better controls, good trigger, and an awesome reset in comparison to the Walther. This one just has a phenomenal reset. In comparison, see that? Probably didn't even see my don't even see my finger move on this. So just gonna shoot it and enjoy it, and that's my look at it. So till next time. This gun is loaded, and I have to say, I feel safe.